Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday to you. Surprise, it is not Lightning Saturday. We have a special guest appearance by the Supermarine Spitfire by Flying Iron. So we're going to go over a few things, and then we're going to spawn in here at Ryan Airfield, and then we're going to start up, and we'll taxi out and be on our way. So a couple things first. This is the very basic bare minimum flight plan, okay, from Ryan Airfield to Indian Springs. This is a straight shot, no navigation aids. Basically, if we were flying visually, if the weather was fine, we could take off, navigate all the way to Indian Springs, not a problem. But what we're going to do today, and what we've been doing with our Lightning flights as well, is we use what is called VOR to VOR. This is a radio navigation system that basically emits a signal. That's the ones I always tune in, even when we're flying in the Junkers 52. You know, it gives that signal so that we know which way we're heading. Okay, that is the very early forms of navigation before GPS was created and all that. So what we can do is we can select that. Now, we're supposed to have three navigation points. Okay. And that is not the case here. We have, so I'll show you, we can see them if we, let me zoom out here. If we go to the more area here, I'm not sure what it would be on the PC, but if you open up that, and there should be like a filter thing, and we go all the way to nav aids, right? That will show you all the nav aids in the area. Okay, so our first one, TFD, is right there, and so that's a VORTAC. It's very much like a VOR DME, but it has the added bit of the tactical navigation that military aircraft uses. And then up here to Las Vegas, so we're going to go right over downtown, the airport here in Las Vegas, and part of downtown. Okay, and then we're going to go all the way here to Indian Springs, but we're gonna tune into here just to be on the safe side. So there's three. Okay. We don't necessarily have to go to this one. It's just that it would help us if we didn't have a visual reference. It would help us basically find our way there. Okay, so we have two VORTACs, which is TFD and LAS. So we could pick up the signal if we wanted to. We could hear the three-letter code, the Morse code TFD, and the one for LAS, Las Vegas. And then the other one is a TACAN, INS, but we wouldn't hear a beep or anything like that. So those are our three navigation points for today. And I've changed the weather, so it should be a very clear day. Very easy to see, not a problem. And then we'll go from there. But I'll adjust the time once we get in. I try to adjust it beforehand, but so we're gonna get in here now. I've picked a parking spot 14. If you're gonna join, you can pick any of the spots here at the airport. There's plenty of parking. I'm right here at this end, right there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start up. Now I'm going to keep the ATC off just so that we have a quieter flight. So we're going to taxi down to here, line up, and then we'll get on our way. So, okay, let's go ahead and do that. I think Mick's already here. He's itching to go, I think. So yeah, I haven't flown the Spitfire in a while. They did do an update to it on Thursday. Just kind of fixing some more things and making it all a little bit better. So Mick's going to be here, I think. He said he's going to join, so it might just be the two of us. But if anybody else wants to jump in, you're more than welcome to. So let's go ahead and get in here. Get my So, so let's go ahead and close our door here first. Oops, and lock it so we can just get. We don't have to worry about that later. Okay. So basically, in order to put in our frequencies and all that, we need this little system here. I thought Mick was here. I thought I saw his name, but maybe he's spawning in. So anyway, let's go ahead and make sure our co-pilot is not talking to. We don't need that today. So let's go ahead and get our battery on. Prop at least 80% there. That unlocked. Oh, I gotta add fuel too before I forget. Otherwise, we won't make it there. So we're on the West Europe server if you're going to join us, which is fine if you want to. Go ahead and turn that on. Let's wobble the pump a few times, get some. Oh, before I forget, let's do that so we have that little map. Zoom that out. All right, go ahead. Prime our engine. Takes a bit to get it primed. So we'll see if Mick pops in here on the runway. We should be able to see him on the West Europe server, Mick, if you're listening. Should be able to find me. I saw you when I was coming in, so... Alright, let's see if we can get this thing started up. Nope. Sometimes this thing's a bit, the startup is a bit strange sometimes, or a bit difficult. Not always a easy answer, it seems like. It should be like, it shouldn't take this long to do, I would think. Fuel's on. Morning, Mick. Let's go ahead and get this all the way up here. Let's see if that helps. We're here at the airport. If you want to spawn in, we're getting ready to trying to get this thing started up. It's being a bit suspect. Oh, there we go. Now it's primed. There we go. Oop. No, 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 no. Doggone it. You rat bastard. Just had it. And of course, what happens? That's the problem when you just it hovers over something and then it just you click on the wrong frickin' thing. Oh, now it's over primed. Terrific. Come on, plane, start up. There's that. That. All right, there we go. So we'll go ahead and let the... So yeah, there's plenty of space here, Mick, if you want to spawn in somewhere. You're more than welcome to. I don't see you in here yet. We're on the West Europe server. I'll wait for you to spawn in and we'll... I don't know if you're already at the runway. We're going to take off from 24 left. That seems to be the longest runway, so we should have plenty of space there. We're not going to use the ATC or anything, so it should be easier for everybody to hear me. So, also, so if you pull this up, there's the gun sight. There's a little switch to show or hide the GPS. You want to do that, and then you click on this button right here. It says transceiver standby frequency. You want to open that and then switch it over to the navigation, and then we'll put in our first one, our first frequency, and then we'll choose 114. 80. We'll go ahead and we won't have the sound. We'll just go ahead and swap that, and then we'll put our other one in for Las Vegas, which is 11690. Or if you just want to follow the headings, Mick, if you don't want to do all that, you're more than welcome to. But basically what we're going to do is, we're going to, when we take off, we have a time to climb. We're going to follow that first, and then we're going to turn towards our first navigation point. I'm looking for Mick. I don't see him here yet. Are you here, Mick? Mick, oh Mick, where are you? lights on. And then our switch for our tablet is right there. So we'll get that set for our, pull up our autopilot page so that when we're up in the air we can just pull that up and be all set. We have our extra fuel tank underneath for extra fuel to get us there. What's West Europe, Mick? And we're going to go to 24 left, which is down that way. So I'm going to go ahead and taxi over there so we can... Well, this thing's itching to go. So KRYN, yeah, West Europe, if hopefully you found it. I saw you online, so I thought maybe we were on the same server already. Go ahead and close that so we don't forget. So yeah, that seemed to be a pretty stable server. It doesn't look like it's too busy right now, so we should be okay for the flight. We shouldn't have any other major issues. There should be like a drop. Here we go. A drop down box, or yeah, it says you're online. World map. Okay. So yeah, West Europe, right there. Make sure I was giving you the right information. So yeah, KRYN is the airport name. If you just put the 4-letter code in, and then you could just put KINS for Indian Springs, and you could just follow along with me. You don't have to put all the VOR stuff in if you don't want to. You can just follow me. I can't see you on... Oh! I know why. Hold on a second. Now you should be able to. Sorry. Try it again. But yeah, if you just spawn in at the airport, you should come right where I'm at. Since we already have each other on friends list, you should, if you spawn in right here at Ryan Airfield on 24 left, we should be able to see one another. I didn't even think about that. That if I'm all showing offline, then you may not see me. So my bad. Try it again. See if that'll. I'll wait for you here at the runway. So yeah, I'm here whenever if you've got it sorted. If you just spawn in right on 24 left, you should like pop up almost right in front of me right here somewhere. Unless you pop into the parking spot. Either way, I should be able to see you. You should see me. We're in no rush, so I'll wait. Hopefully everybody's having a good Saturday. Morning or afternoon. Set supercharger gear to MS. What does that mean? Auto normal position. Do not take off if light is on. Huh. Okay. I don't think I've ever really paid attention to that before, and I don't know that switch was ever. I wonder if that's something they changed. Huh. Don't see Mick yet. So, let's see if I see him on my list here now. Nope. I see him here on this list. It's still showing you on the world map, Mick. I'm not sure why. Why you're not here yet, or I don't know if you're still looking for me, but KRYN. Runway 24 left. If that helps. Yeah, if you just put that in on your world map, that's our departure airport, and then you can just select 24 left for departure, and your plane will be automatically started up. And then our destination is KIS runway 26, I believe. Yes, is our arrival. But you don't have to have this on if you don't want to. You could just put the gun sight on like that if you, I'll do the navigating, and you can cruise along. There he is. Okay, got you, Mick. I see you. Perfect. I'll go ahead and taxi out. I see you now. Yeah, it's, it shouldn't be. Adjust your time. Well, if you're on with me, it should have automatically adjusted. Huh. Because I adjusted the time. Hold on a second. Let me open up the... Oh, not that one. Hold on. If you go to the weather setting, I have it clear, and then it's about 5:27 p.m. I think. Although that's a bit late. I'm trying to see where the sun is. It says 5:27 p.m. But we can adjust it. Yeah, click off the real time, and it should catch up with mine. Oh, Mick! No! Don't! Oh, Mick, you overdid. You got your brake on. You just like nosed over onto the runway. Yeah, reset it, restart, and then yeah, you just like totally. It just shows you nosed over, like you just hit the throttle by accident, I think. I've done it before. It's okay. It happens. All right, there you go. All right, so if you click on the weather, the little cloud right there, and then turn off the real time, and then actually we'll adjust it back a little bit so that it's not like super late in the afternoon, but we'll say about, let's go for 11:30 a.m., which is like 5:30 UTC right there. So that's what we wanted, and then drop down to the weather. It should be clear skies if you can have that as your setting. But it should be, whatever I have, it should have automatically populated for you since you're on with me, but I'm not sure why that is not the case. So let me know when you've got all that completed, and then I'll taxi out, and we'll get out of here. Yep, done. Okay, perfect. All right. So let me taxi out here. So I'm going to go ahead. I'll just take off from back here. So I'm going to probably go right past you there, Mick. All right. So we are ready to go. So just a little bit of throttle at a time, because this engine is very powerful, as we've seen before. So yeah, just a little bit of throttle, get you going, and then just gradually adjust it, Mick. Now get the trim going, just so that we have a nice climb out here a bit. And as soon as I see we've passed that time to climb, boy, this trim is not really wanting to. It might be because I got a ton of fuel on board. Man, it is really not wanting to go, which is weird because normally any other time it's like it goes up, like we're not having a... Okay, so we've passed our time to climb. Look at it, it's wanting to go already. So what we'll do is boy, it's like sinking. Goodness gracious. I gotta get this thing trimmed out as quickly as I can so I can get to the... Otherwise I'm gonna crash. Oh my god, it's like really... Okay. That on, get the altitude on. Go to 4,000. Let's go 5,500. And a heading of 311. All right. Yeah, boy, that is really a... Boy, this plane did not want to settle down. Normally it's like not too bad. Okay, here comes Mick behind me. We'll go ahead and start slowing down so he can catch up. Actually, I'll go ahead and drop down to about 5,000 feet. There we go. Boy, this thing really did not want to settle down. All right, here comes Mick. I'm going to try to slow down a little bit more so that he can catch up to me. Here he comes. He might go zip. He's on a tear right now. Here he comes. There he is. You might need to throttle back just a bit, Mick. He just went zipping right past me. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh. That almost looked like that was going to be a bit of a crash there, Mick. So there we are. We're just going to cruise along here. If you want to do the aerobatics, Mick, go right ahead, do your thing. We've got a bit of a long one here, so we'll if you want to do your barrel rolls and loop-de-loos and whatnot. I'm on a heading of 311, so I'm kind of heading right towards our first navigation point, which is TFD. So if you just want to be off my wing or whatever, you just want to keep me in sight and keep heading roughly the same direction, you're more than welcome to do that. All right, let me go ahead and get the mixture back just a bit, just so that I Sip gas. So yeah, I'm just cruising here at about 5,000 feet. We should be over, we have these little few low mountains and whatnot, but I think we should be okay altitude-wise at about 5,000 feet. If we have to climb up, we will. So Mick is over there. Nobody else joined? That's okay. So here we are. We are finally on our way. So, so kind of, okay, perfect. Yeah, you're just a little bit ahead of me, but that's fine. I got you in sight. So basically, Mick and I were talking. He was practicing with the Spitfire yesterday. He's having a bit of trouble with the landing, so I just thought it, because Mick is from the UK, I thought it would be cool if we both flew the Spitfire. He's my guest here today from the UK. So that way we're both flying the same aircraft, and then as we get close, when we get to Indian Springs, if he goes all the way, and if he doesn't, that's fine. Then I'll try to help him with the landing as well and get that all sorted so that he'll have a much more successful landing, because as we know, what we've experienced before is that we've had our own issues with landing, because the big engine has a lot of torque. So if you have the prop all the way forward, the RPMs are very high, so it's like I've had to cut that back in order to have a bit of a better landing. So because that's the only way I can do it, because I don't have the if I had the throttles and everything, then I think I could manage it a little bit quick, a little bit easier, but I have to kind of fool the system into slowing, dropping some RPMs off the engine in order to get the plane to land at a reasonable speed, and that way we're not shooting off the runway like we used to. Okay, so that's the key. So we've got 31 nautical miles. Our first one was at 58. We got 58, but we've got 31 nautical miles left. We are on a heading of 3. Well, it says 313 is our true heading, or the one where we should be really going at is 313. So we'll make that adjustment. 1, 2, just a slight adjustment. To 313. And we'll put a little bit of. Now what I can do is I can bring that prop back just a bit. If I can find the prop. There we go. And get it to 90. Excuse me. 90% there. And then just keep the throttles going and where it's at. So yeah, we're almost 200 knots. I believe. Yeah, 194 knots. So, on a completely different subject, yesterday I did try the Concorde. Try being the key word. Was able to get it started up, taxied out there at Heathrow, took off. Takeoff was a bit but I got it up in the air. We got it going, heading the right direction, climbing and everything. Got up to 60,000 feet, cruising along at Mach 2.4, 2.04, 2.05. So about Mach 2, right? And I'm doing really good. And so the problem is where it's not easy to read there's no like, when we look at the systems in the like the Airbus or the 737, it's not easy to see the flight plan and know where you're at. Okay, so I think I descended way too early. First off, so I was descending, and then all of a sudden the plane the speed just dropped, and I could not get the plane to get back up to altitude and level back off at 36,000 feet. So I think I started dropping way too quickly, or way too early. So yeah, that was a bit of a learning curve on my part. I have to go back and review a tutorial. Now, the thing is, with the Concorde on the PC, you can actually download flight plans. Trying to slow down a bit. Oh, that's okay, Mick. Do your thing. It's fine. Yeah, I try to dial back. Now, I'm using fuel, so you may have the unlimited fuel on. I'm not sure, but if you do, that's fine. I'll catch up to you. It's no big deal. I got you in sight. I can see your name tag there. So I need to figure out like because the flight planning is different on the PC side, because you can load in pre-created flight plans like it would be because you have a different system. Now you have the original navigation system for the Concorde, whereas we don't. There, once the WASM thing is fixed, then you get both options for on the console. So I need to like practice with that maybe and see if I can figure that out. So little wiggle of the tail there. Mick's turned around and come back towards me. Yep, here he comes. It's fine, Mick. Yep, here he comes. Oh, well, he slowed down. It looked like you had turned around to come back. But I guess not. You just slowed down, and now we're... Okay, there we go. That's cool. There we are. Right about there. Two Spitfires over the Nevada, or Arizona/Nevada desert. We'll be flying over into Nevada, cross over Las Vegas. Yeah, good to see you here as well. Finally. So we tried this initially some time ago, and of course we didn't quite understand how the multiplayer thing worked. And so it was a bit suspect. So nope, we finally made it. So here we are over Arizona going into Nevada. A couple of Spitfires. There we go. I think we're both... It's like we're going to meet somewhere up front there. And I think he's going to cross right over in front of me. Yep, there he goes. Very good. Very good. Look at that. That's professional stuff right there. Let's see how much farther we got to go. 4 nautical miles. All right. So I'm going to go ahead. Once we get there, because we're on the right track to our first navigation point, and then we're going to. It's just going to be a slight adjustment. We're not going to go too far to the left or the right. We're just going to kind of go the same direction for. I broke a foot there. No reason to. It's not like we can collide. Honestly, if we hit, it was just like we passed through one another. So it's fine. Not a problem at all. Yeah, see, now you're kind of drifted off there, but that's okay. So we're just going to basically kind of head the same way. Once we pass over, I'll swap the frequencies here to our next one, and then we'll see what our expected. Okay, there it is. So there we go, and our heading will be 311. So just a slight adjustment, not too much. 2, 1. Ta-da! There we go. Just a little. And I think I'm going to climb up a little bit. Let's get up to about. I might need to go up to about 7,000. Let's get up to about 6,500, and that should get us right over that little bump in the road there in front of us. There we go. Yeah, that should be sufficient. Where did Mick go? Where did Mick go? Uh-oh. I lost him. Oh, there he is. He's down there. I was like, where did he go? And that does happen for some reason. It's happened when we've been flying with Captain Arish, that it's like people disappear off the screen. You know, like people like, I can't see anybody, and then it's like this little glitch or whatever. So it's fine. I think we should be flying right about there. There he is. Climb, okay. Yeah, because I just realized that it looks like we're going to go over this little speed bump here, I guess you could call it. So I was like, I better climb up just to make sure we clear it. I didn't want to climb too high so that we have some nice scenery as well here over the Arizona going into Nevada. I think we might already be in Nevada. But if not, pretty soon. So I know from Las Vegas you can cut across the northern part of Arizona and you can go like by Flagstaff and all that. So I've driven through there. So we may not be in Nevada just yet, but we will be soon. Before we know it. Well, I'm glad you're able to join in, Mick. It was a bit touch and go there at first, but we finally got it working. So you are the second person that's flown with me. First time we did it, we were in a Spitfire. We were over Leeds in the UK, or heading to Leeds, I think it was. We took off and headed up to Leeds. So Yeah, it was good stuff. I had one person join in, so I might need to slow down just a smidge. Okay, hit the throttle a little bit just to help climb up to 6,500. So this is going to be the longest portion of our flight. We have 236, I think. $235 now. Okay, so yeah, this is the longest portion of our flight today. So we're just going to cruise right here. So yeah, the Concorde is absolutely amazing. It's just now I gotta get through the, fly it. Now, what I may have to do for that flight is I may have to put up to have the markers, the waypoints showing, so that I know roughly when to start descending, because you have to descend much earlier than you would with a A320 or whatever. So I'm gonna have to kind of work with that and see if I can't figure that out and what would be the best way to do it. Because I know people will be like, well, that's not very realistic. Well, at least to get a flight done, and then we can, of course, adjust from there. As time goes on and I get more proficient with it, and then I can turn that stuff off. So. But it is pretty neat getting up to 60,000 feet and doing Mach 2. And we may have been fine, but it's hard because you see it from a distance and you look and you're like, oh, I'm going to crash into this, but then you end up flying right over it. So I just figured if we do this, at least then we're covered. I know Mick is a bit off. He's over to my right, so he's not over these mountains, these low hills, whatever you want to call them, low mountains. Yeah, because they're probably about 5,000 feet in altitude, maybe even lower than that. So, yeah, that's fine. I just figure I would, just to be on the safe side, because we don't need to have a crash. So tomorrow, kind of talking about looking ahead, tomorrow we will be we'll do a Train Sim World 2 to start off on the Peninsula Corridor. Limited stop service from San Francisco to San Jose in the Baby Bullet. And then we'll take a short break, and then we'll head over and do our flight around Rome, and for a nice relaxing Sunday, and then we'll wrap that up. And then Monday we'll be back in the Junkers 52, heading from Buzer to Creech Island. Might be pronouncing that wrong. 105 nautical mile, 33, 48, 37. So the first leg is going to be a bit long, and then everything else after that would be very quick. Tuesday we'll be back in the A320neo going from San Juan to Miami. So Puerto Rico to Miami. I'm over Santa Cruz. Oh, you got the names of the towns on. So that's like a different Santa Cruz. Well, you are way over there. Yeah, that's different from the Santa Cruz that I know. Santa Cruz, California. This is Santa Cruz in either Arizona or I think we're still in Arizona. Yeah, very. I didn't think there would be much agriculture out here. But according to this, there's farms and stuff. So, I mean, I don't know what they would grow, but whatever it is, it's, you know, the temperatures and all that are, I guess, good for, well, I don't know, because, you know, we're flying in what would be considered, you know, summertime, but this doesn't change, you know, like the ground doesn't change based on the season, so. Mick's checking stuff out over there. I just had 2 jets flying. Oh, because you got the live traffic on, Mick, I think. That's fine. Yeah, you probably are seeing much more. I turned all that off so that I don't get distracted or whatever, but that's cool. Interesting that they flew underneath you, because we're pretty low, so they, I don't know, I wonder if they were military jets, maybe? Because I didn't see them, but, well, you are way over there. I don't know where you are, like what area we're over, because I don't have the city names and all that, but that's fine. Mick's over there exploring the Arizona area, or South Nevada, one or the other. Kind of feel like we're near Flagstaff, I think. Oh, there's an airport here. Let's see, does it show what it is? I cannot see it. All right, there's a, yeah. See, that's the only thing about this screen, is it's very small as far as you can't, the information is very difficult to kind of make out. So yeah, there's that airport right there. It's like a little regional or executive airport. It might be long enough that you could probably fly an Embraer in there, like a regional jet service, Embraer or CRJ Annandale over a track of some sort. Oh, okay. Well, there is plenty of railroad traffic through here. I think Union Pacific runs through here, going to California, through Arizona and all that. So yeah, this is all mostly Union Pacific. I think it is actually all Union Pacific territory. They run railroads through here. I think they're the primary, or if not the only, rail service, because they used to be Southern Pacific and a bunch of other stuff, and they all got kind of folded into Union Pacific. So yeah, this is a highway, it looks like. Yeah, not sure which one that is, but there's another airfield over there, but that's a larger airport there, it's like. Huh. Let's see how we're doing on our distance. We have 205 nautical miles to go. I think that's what that says. 205, yeah. Okay, so and then we need to track just a 310 just to keep on our way. Just make that slight adjustment. Loads of air. Yeah, there are definitely. So, kind of going over what we've been doing so far in the Lightning, not the Spitfire. So we've been visiting a lot of places that were former Army Air Corps airfields. Now, some of them have become either they turned into Air Force bases or auxiliary Air Force bases, or they, in the case of like Burbank, where Lockheed was located, where they built the Lightning, that is now that's the Bob Hope Burbank Airport, but it was where Lockheed had created, so they had an airfield there. But all over America, a lot of places were created. Now, a lot of them were kind of out in the middle of nowhere in some cases, so that way they could test stuff and fly without too many prying eyes. But so a lot of them either are no longer in existence, or they have become civilian airports, small, regional or like civil aviation airports, or they become military. They were turned over. They stayed within the military, and when the Air Force became its own branch of service away from the Army, then they became United States Air Force bases. I see somebody, Zelafry. Oh, he was there. Or they were there. Somebody was there. I saw Cessna 152, it looks like. So yeah, that's what we've been doing. It's just, and so we're heading, Creech Air Force Base, where we're going, was a former Army Airfield, which is now a U.S. Air Force Base. But I don't think it's like I don't know what's really there. Let me see if I can figure that out. Let's see, that's in Nevada. So, Nevada, World War II. Oh, Indian Springs Army Airfield, Creech Air Force Base, command and control facility in Clark County, Nevada, used to engage in daily overseas contingencies operations of remotely piloted aircraft systems which fly missions across the globe. In addition to an airport, the military installation has... oh, interesting. Let's see. Has the Unmanned Aerial Vehicle Battle Lab, associated aerial warfare ground equipment, and unmanned aerial vehicles of the type used in Afghanistan and Iraq. Creech is the aerial training site for the U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds. It is one of two emergency divert airfields for the Nevada Test and Training Range. So where we're heading is where they train folks in the Air Force and anybody else in using UAVs. Huh. There we go. So now we learned something new. Now we know a little bit about Creech Air Force Base and what they do there. Well, there's Hydrus Solel and a 152. Boy, Mick is way, way out there. Look at that. It's like he's going to a whole nother different part of the world. He is way out there. Now, I think if you go further out that way, you would see, if I remember where we are correctly, you would eventually go to Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon. Because once you go through Flagstaff and you're heading east, then you will see there's an exit to head towards the Grand Canyon there. It was weird because not long ago it was like he was right here, and then all of a sudden he just went way over that way. It's all good. Do what you got to do, Mick. Have fun exploring. It's all fine. It was weird because it was like you were right there, and then all of a sudden you were way over there. So I'm guessing you're just kind of I don't know. I guess you turned or something. I'm not sure. It's fine. We're heading the right direction essentially, so it's fine. Well, we're heading for Las Vegas. We have 180 nautical miles to go. So we're almost at the halfway point to get there. And then once we get there, it's a quick 39 nautical mile run up to Creech. And then we'll circle around, work on our landing, and then we'll be on the ground. We'll wrap it up. I do appreciate Mick joining today. Really awesome to have you here. So wasn't on the FR map. I'm on the line. Well, because you might have the. I think you did the. I don't think you put you didn't put in the navigation points, did you? You didn't put in like the VORs ahead of time, did you? Because I think you just have the straight shot. So that may be why, because that flight path is different than this one, I think. And of course, if you open up the VFR map, this one, I think that's what you're talking about, is this. Yeah. So your path might be different than mine. But that's okay. We're generally heading the same direction, it looks like, so it's perfect. Yeah, that's fine. Do what and usually sometimes, like when Allison or Captain Arish are flying, there's people who will just kind of fly around. They'll kind of head the same direction, but they'll, if they're flying something faster than the Cessna 172, they'll just kind of go, they'll do their own thing and then come back around, and if it's a Spitfire, they'll do aerobatics and stuff, and then they'll, so some people do that, so that's fine. So yeah, we're just zipping along here. And it says, okay, we're still on 310, so we're running parallel to where we should be. We're still heading the right direction, so that's all that matters. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was when we first tried it, it was like we didn't really understand all the particulars of flying in a multiplayer setting, and then we just kind of gave up on it, because we thought, well, maybe it's not quite where we wanted to, like the multiplayer systems were still maybe a bit suspect, and trying to figure out how to make it all work. And then, I think now things have kind of stabilized in that regard. So it's a little bit easier to do multiplayer flights now. Although it is a bit odd sometimes. Sometimes, like when I've been flying with Captain Arish, the time of day, the weather, it should basically follow the same settings as his, but sometimes it's like I got to go in and change things. But yeah, but it's fine. Glad to have you along. Oh, I had an ad there. Sorry. Nobody's missed anything. Boy, it's kind of quiet today, Mick. I thought there'd be a few more people in chatting with us. I guess nobody wants to watch us fly right now. Well, I did start a little bit early, which I said I would, so I don't know. I'm surprised Joseph's not here. I would have figured he would have been in here talking. At least. Maybe Jody, maybe Amela, maybe anybody. Oh well. Alright, let's see how much more we have. 161. Alright, so we're just cruising right along here. Now I think eventually we will have to swap over to our... We'll drop the external fuel tank and then we'll have whatever's left. There's somebody's on a dark star right there. Media Saturn's cruising along at almost 6,000 feet. It looks like that's in a dark star, I think. It just says dark, so I'm guessing that's what it is. Yeah, I thought so too, Mick. And, you know, I think most people are like, yeah, I'll do it. And then they, you know, something else happens. Or they're just like, yeah, no, I'll change my mind. Or, you know, it's fine. I guess, I guess in theory, really what I could do is just leave the multiplayer on all the time, but it's, sometimes I think it does cause its own issues, and so maybe, you know, sporadically if we do them, then it's not so bad, but it may, I think I'm going to climb up a little bit higher, because that mountain range looks a little too high for me. I'm just going to go, just to be on the safe side, I'm going to go to about 7,000 feet. Yeah, just a quick climb up. Not too far up. Just to be on the safe side. Better to be safe. Yeah, we will. Well, you know what we could do in the future is Saturdays we could just do multiplayer flights from here on out on Saturdays. So if you want to join, you know, if you want to fly the Spitfire and keep working with it, you're more than welcome to, and I'll go back to the Lightning, and that way you get some flying time in it, and, you know, enjoy just hanging out and flying. You know, that's the one thing I love the most about flying on Monday and Wednesday evenings with Captain Arish is I can just fly. I don't have to worry about the chat or anything. I can just fly, and enjoy the scenery and everything, and it's a much more, you know, like, not to say that the other flights aren't relaxing, but it's a bit more to do when you're flying and you're streaming as well, you know, and you know, he does, you know, the same mindset as when you're coming into land, that you know, you're trying to focus on that and not look at the chat, and so you have to kind of, that's why I turn the laptop to the side so I don't get distracted by the chat along the way. So, yeah. But yeah, we can, anytime you want, Mick. But if you want to fly and stream, I'll join you. You know, if you want to come up with a plan, and you know, we can do it that way. You just let me know what the takeoff airport is and the destination, or if you know, like, if you want to do like a bush flight, you know, where we just fly around and you know, we can find some nice scenic stuff on a Saturday. We can take a break from the Spitfire and the Lightning, and we'll just do a fun, you know, bush flight on a Saturday. You know, I'm perfectly fine with that as well. Just a little bit higher, just to be. It's difficult to really kind of figure out what is the, you know, if you're going too high or if you're not high enough until you go over it and you're like, oh. So it's I climb up just to be on the safe side, so it's fine. We go up to about 7,500 here. I think we should be okay. But yeah, we could do that as well, because I know you had talked about you had another kind of like a fun flight like we did up there in Alaska. So if we want to do that on another Saturday, we could do that as well. Something different. Take a little break from the Lightning. So yeah, we could talk about that off stream and you know, see what we want to do. And I think the more we do that, then if we just have it open on a Saturday, then maybe people will come in and hang out. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we could talk about it and see if there's something we can put together just for something a little bit different. I think, well, I know Mondays you're doing your FIFA ranting, but I think you would really enjoy if you got into a Cessna 172 and joined Captain Arish over in Australia right now. Well, not right this moment, but because I think we got one more leg and then we'll start going towards New Zealand. But if you just flew in that even and just, you know, just enjoyed that. That would, I'm not ready for any, oh, no. No. But yeah, if we did if you joined Captain Arish, I know you would absolutely enjoy it, and it would be nice scenery. But the only problem is for you, he gets started about 6 in the evening, which is about 11 o'clock in the evening for you. So that would be the only drawback, would be it'd be much later in the evening. So, but even if you flew a little bit, I think you would enjoy it, but I know it's the time difference. That's the only drawback. But yeah, I think you would really enjoy if you just got in a 172 and just flew with us on those flights. You would just be like, oh, this is amazing, and you'd see all this scenery and stuff like that. So yeah, but yeah, we can come up with something like that on our own, just a fun flight somewhere. You know, we don't have to do it in this. We can just find something else that is a bit more manageable. You know, like the Cessna 172. It's not that difficult, and then we can go ahead and just fly around, and we can do that over the UK. You know. Just have a nice flight on a Saturday, even. Just take off from somewhere and just fly over the UK and land somewhere. Somebody's in the Pelican. Delta 77TC, which is the aircraft from Halo. Yeah, definitely. And that's what I notice, flying with him, is that there's, or just in the Compass Club in general, there's more stuff to fly, and just go in there and you do it, and it's just like, it's much more relaxing, and you're not worried about all the. I mean, there is like an autopilot system, so you can set, you can take off and set your course and all that, and then it's a much more fun way to fly, I think. I might have to climb up even higher, because this looks like it's even higher than 7,500. Boy. Let's go to 8,500 then. Oops, not 9. Well, let's go to 9,000, just to be on the safe side. I thought we would basically be over, like, areas like off to the right here where it's, little bits of low stuff, but that's okay. But yeah, we can always, or even if you want to fly off stream, Mick, if you want to say, hey, let's do a flight, and, I'm willing to do that. If you got the time, we can do that. Or if you want to stream it, and you say, hey, can we go do this? Yeah. So, no worries at all. Wherever we want to do it, I'm all for it. I think that would be a fun stream. Just, if you want to stream it, and I'll join you, and we can just have a nice off stream as well. Sounds good. Got to be, yeah, no problems at all. But if there was a day that if you wanted to stream it as well, that's perfectly fine too. I'll join you, and you can come up with the plan, and we'll go along with it. Well, I mean, if you decided that, to do a special one or whatever, that's fine. Or, it's all good. Whichever works out the best. Yeah, we can do an off-stream one and just, or I guess we could do it on, just share it on Discord with folks that, or whatever. We could do it that way too. However we want to do it. If we don't want to stream it at all, that's perfect. I'm really surprised that nobody else has come in. A bit disappointing. Oh well, what can you do? I still think even 9,000 might not be enough. I might have to climb even higher. Oops, that might be. Well, we can get to 12. Let's go to 1150. How about that? 11,500. Not 1150. 11,500. Now I think we're safe. We may have been safe before, but I just always want to make sure we have enough to work with. Oh, we gotta turn. We gotta get on a heading of 309. Oopsie daisy, we're still on this, heading the same direction, but we're kind of drifting away from our. Let's go 308 just to be on the safe side. Gonna get back on that track there. Yeah, whatever works for you, Mick. I'm fine with that. Now I think this has an automatic cross feed. I think. Yeah, I think it has an automatic cross feed or whatever. Well, if you're watching this on the replay on YouTube on Sunday, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoy the flight. Here over, took off from Arizona, from Ryan Airfield, which was a former Army Air Corps base during World War II. And we were heading to Creech Air Force Base, which is the home of the unmanned aerial training site for the United States Air Force. Not sure if they train other services in the use of the UAVs. That is what they do there, apparently. So, yeah. Oh, I gotta get a picture. Almost forgot. Oh, there's somebody in the 737. Somebody else in an F-18. Another 737. So they must be getting ready. They're flying in over to probably the main airport there in Las Vegas, I'm guessing. Alright, so let's go over this way. So I get Mick's name in the picture there. There we go. Let's see if I can, I don't know if I can even get, Mick was a little bit closer, I could probably zip over to his aircraft and get a picture of him flying. At least we got your name in the picture, Mick. Put that on the screen, or the picture, flight picture of the day. Just for prosperity. Yeah, see, I may have been able to make it over after all, but I'm always a bit leery because it's hard to tell sometimes what the tops of these are like, or what the elevation is. Of course you have different elevations. You have some areas that are high and then suddenly it's lower, and so yeah, we'll drop down a little bit lower here. Eventually. Alright, we have 95 nautical miles to Las Vegas, and then it'll just be, we're going to be roughly staying on the same heading ish, and we'll quick run up to Creech, and we'll definitely start dropping some altitude as we get closer, so that we have a nice, we're set up very well for our approach into Creech. I think we can go ahead and drop a little bit of altitude now. Oh, he's back there. I think Mick has the plane with the invasion stripes on it. Across the wings there. We've flown that one for quite some time. We've flown this one before. You have what? Trying to think what I just said that. You have. I'm like trying to think what I said. Oh, yeah. All right, straight. Yeah, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I thought I saw him when you spawned in, but sometimes, you just... I wasn't sure if I saw him or not, so... There we go. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start. Just drop altitude a little bit at a time here. What about go down about 8,000 feet. Oops. 7,500 is fine. We have to climb back up a little bit for now. Well, yeah, I think we're okay. Well, you know what? Now I'm looking at it. Let's just stay at about 9,000 just to be on the safe side. Get this back up. 8, 10, 9. No, not 9. Let's just about 9,800 should be fine. Because there are some areas that I think we'll still have to fly over as we get, because Nevada is just on the, not Nevada, Las Vegas, I think, is just where that whole bunch of people are right there, all those names. So I think they're flying into Las Vegas airport there, the international airport. So, and we are, let's see here. We have 71 nautical miles, so that should be roughly where all those folks are. Yeah, I'm staying at about 9,800 just to be on the safe side. Because then if I have to climb up, just to, skirt over a mountain, then I've got the, we've got plenty of oomph to do so. Anyway, yeah, but about 9,000 or thereabouts, I think will be sufficient to skirt over anything. I'm gonna need something to eat as soon as we're done. I had a little bit of bite to eat this morning, but definitely be ready for some either an early lunch or something pretty soon. I see a Tomcat. I see a couple Cessna 172s. I think I even see a 152. Dark Stars. There's a couple, I think there was an A320, or yeah, an A20N, 737. I don't know if that's the PMDG one or if it's the Braddock 737. Yeah. It's like Mick and I are just having a conversation. Oh, that's just the, because we're on a server, whoever's flying on that server, that's whose names we'll see. So, I think it just says like all players. I think I might have to set something up where it's just us. I'd have to look at how to make that happen. But right now it's like whoever's on this server flying in this area, that's who we'll see. So I think there's a way to make it like just that we would only see our names and that's it. I have to figure that out, how to do all that. But yeah, if we were flying in a group flight and it was, like when I flown with Captain Arish, or when on Saturdays when, when Allison's flying, there's quite a few people that fly along with her and Captain Arish, so you see all, and both of them like say, oh, we've got so and so here flying, and they do like a little pan around to see who's all there, kind of a thing. So yeah, that's what that's about. I am going to take a step away for just a second, folks. I will hand back here, find Mick, and you can keep track of him while I'm flying. I will be right back. Alright, I've returned. Mick is still in the air, so am I. That's a good sign. Let's take a look here. How much farther we got to go? Should be like 50 or 60 nautical miles, and it is 52. Huh. Not too shabby of a guess. Oh, there's a Cessna 208 over there. Yeah, a lot of people flying on this server. There's an F-16. Ooh, 764. Huh. That looks like something that only is available on the PC. Possibly. Another A320. So yeah, I think they're all heading towards the main airport there in Las Vegas. There's an F-22, it looks like. E-22E. Well, maybe not. Where's that F-22E? It is an F-22. So, kind of talking, we're looking at all these aircraft here. DC Designs, which created the Concorde, the F-14, the F-15, the F-16. Well, the F-16 is from SC Designs, but it's the same. They're Scott and Dean Crawford. SC is Scott Crawford. DC is Dean Crawford. They're working on two planes. One, they're working on the F-4 Phantom and the Harrier. Yeah, the AV-8B Harrier jump jet. The American version of the Harrier that was imported from the UK over to the United States. So they're working on that. They're trying to come up with a reasonable flight model, and how would they create all that? Basically lifting straight off. They looked at the system for the Pelican to see, how did Microsoft or whoever come up with that, and if it's, if they can do it better, or if it's something similar to that. So they're working on that, but the Phantom is going to be absolutely amazing. That one definitely is going on my to buy list, or to get list when it comes out, because that is a bit of classic military aviation history there as well. Very amazing jet. And they're going to have different versions of it. They're going to have the different tails, because I didn't realize this, and I should have known, or I probably knew and I just totally forgot. But there was, each version of the F4 had different tail designs, apparently. And so they're going to try to model as many of those as possible. They're going to come up with some really amazing liveries, I believe, and then they'll add more as time goes on, but they'll get some initial stuff out and then go from there. So yeah, really cool stuff. Okay, 36 nautical miles. So we were already on that 308 heading, so that worked out very well. And then we'll pass that, and then we'll quick run up 39, less than 40 nautical miles to our destination. So that should go fairly quickly, and then we'll put it on the ground. So what we're going to do, Mick, as we get close, we'll drop our altitude. We'll fly over the airfield. We'll find our runway 26, which should be easy to find. And then we'll start slowing down and get ourselves set up for our approach and everything. We'll come up with our own plan, or basically however you want to approach it. I'll come up with a plan, and we'll come around and line up and put it on the ground. And hopefully no tipping over, no running off the runway or anything like that. We'll just let the plane kind of slow itself down and just try to keep it on the runway. But hopefully, if we do it the way that I think we will, basically what'll happen is we'll dial back on the prop. We'll bring that down to about 60% as we come in. Okay, shake my head. What's wrong? Oops. What's wrong there, Mick? What happened? Okay, you're still there. So you didn't crash. So it's not that. So yeah, we'll work it out, you know. So basically what I've been doing is I dial this back to about 70, 65. Oh, no, just preparing for landing. Oh, it's okay. It'll be fine. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll just kind of dial that back, and we'll just have to keep our eye on our speed so we don't stall. That's the other part of it. And then we'll line up and we'll put it on the ground. And yeah, I think if we do that, then it should. If you drop the RPMs, because that's what the propeller thing does, it'll feather it, and so the RPMs will drop, and then it should make it easier for you to control the plane on the ground. That's the main thing. So, well, yeah, we got a little bit of time still. So, but that's why we'll fly over, find our runway, and then we can turn our, make a wide loop if we need to get prepared, and it'll be fine. We'll get there. All right, we have. 24 nautical miles to our second waypoint, the one that took us this was the main big part of the flight here today. So we will be there soon. We won't call in for permission to land. We're just gonna, come up with our own thing, and then we'll be fine. So no ATC on. And it's been nice not having to worry about all that chatter and stuff. So all right, so we are coming in. We've flown over this area roughly before, and up ahead, which is where most everybody's landing is, that should be the main airport there in Las Vegas. That place is huge. Oh, our second ad. We made it. I don't know if we'll squeeze one more in before we land, but what I think I'll probably do is before I cut off my autopilot, I'll dial back the prop down to about 70%, and then that way it's pretty much set for the the lineup and all that, and it's just basically I'll have to control the throttle, and or may drop it to about 65%. Yeah, we'll see. But then it's just a matter of keeping the throttle up to Alright, so we're almost over the airport here. Looks like a couple of folks in the F-16s are heading over to the Air Force Base there in Nevada. Edwards, I believe. Is it Edwards? No, Nellis. I'm sorry. Nellis. Yeah, Nellis. Edwards is over that way. It's Nellis. Oh, I gotta dial in that attack here, don't I? Not that we need it, but 114.00. Oops, there we go. So once we're past our Las Vegas waypoint in 12 nautical miles, we'll be... There we are. There's Las Vegas here in front of us. We've had some fun here in Las Vegas before. We've flown the F-14 through downtown. I think we've flown the... what else did we fly? Maybe the F-15? We've flown a couple planes through downtown, which obviously did not... there's a couple viewers who were not too pleased with my... with me doing that, although it's virtual. It's not that big of a deal. You know, it's not like I'm doing anything in real life, but some people were still upset that I would... No, heck, we could take the Spitfire through downtown right now if we wanted. You know what? I'm half tempted. But... Should I or should not? Nah, it's okay. We'll do that another time. But it's tempting, not gonna lie. We still have the time to do it. I think, well, in theory, you could land a plane. Well, you could land a maybe a 152 on the Las Vegas Strip there. In theory. If you just came, because you just follow that road right there, and that takes you right into the main downtown there, the main strip, and then actually right here. Let me see if I can. Yeah. So this road right here is the strip. So in theory, if you came down that in a Cessna 152, you could land. Land there. We should be able to see the new Raiders Stadium. See if we can find it. I know we found it before. I think that's it right there. That should be the Raiders Stadium. Yeah, that's it. Although in this picture it appears like it's still under construction. That's interesting. Yeah, there's the Luxor. So yeah, we've had our fun through here. We've flown down that way and went over to Nellis. Alright, let's see. We should be past our point there, or just about. Nope, we are there, so let's go ahead and move that there. And then we're going to go ahead and get our tablet up, and then we'll start dropping a little bit more altitude. Yeah, I remember that when I flew, as we took off from China Lake weapons range over in that area, and then we flew over here to land at Nellis. But we, yeah, there were some very upset people when I took that trip down the Las Vegas Strip. But it was fun. You know? It's virtual. It doesn't hurt anybody or anything. No, it's just all in good fun. All right, so let's have a look here. Is our, it says 310, but we can still fly 308, and we should be fine. Uh-oh. I know what that is. Okay. We were running out of gas. We used the entire Nope. Uh-oh. I'm out of gas now for sure. Oops-a-daisy. Fuel station, please. Okay, that'll get us there. Little in-air refueling. Well, yeah, I gotta figure out how to make that happen. Boy. So it's weird because it was saying we were out of fuel, but then when I jettisoned the tank, it was like then we were completely out of fuel. Alright, so there we are. We got enough there to get there, so we might have been, yeah, I think we were going a little too fast there. We weren't necessarily sipping the gas the rest of the way. Where did Mick? Oh, there's Mick right back there. So we're on a heading of 308, Mick. Yeah, I kind of cheated there, didn't I? I thought we had more than enough gas to get there. We probably did, but when I jettisoned that little gas tank underneath there, it said we were completely out. So, all right. So we have 25 nautical miles. Okay. So it should be up in this area, coming up over here. So actually, let's go ahead and turn a little bit more. I think we got to go like 30. Let's go to 306 completely, and then that should get us right on there. And then we'll find our runway and all that, and we'll come up with our landing plan. I thought I had more than enough gas to get there. Maybe I might have been a little too... might have been spending a lot of gas climbing and all that, so... might have been what happened, so what I want to do also is I want to, just to make it a little bit easier, we're going to put on the display direction there so we don't lose it, and make it a little bit easier. Oh, right there, 19 nautical miles. All right, perfect. So there we are. That is our destination there. Yeah, we can go ahead and start dropping some more altitude here. Now let me see what the altitude is for our airport, which is 3,134 feet. So about almost 3,100 feet in altitude. So we can't drop too much because then we'll be well below our destination. So we don't want to do that. So if we get down to about 6,000 feet, I think we'll be fine. Let's go to 6,500. So that's only about 3,400 above that, so above our airport. So go ahead and start getting off the throttle a little bit. Boy, Mick, there's a bunch of people. I see Mick, but I see there's a bunch of names all over you, Mick. A lot of people flying on the server today. Boy, that really slowed down. I wasn't expected. Huh. We don't even have like our flaps down or anything. Wow, okay. Alright, so we have that. So basically what we're going to do, Mick, is we're going to basically fly right over the airfield there. And then there's all this, we can work with this to line up on our runway of 26, which should be running, that's a western. We're heading to the west on our approach, so I think we'll have enough space there to come up with our plan. Boy, it seems like we are just not dropping altitude. We are, but it's like we're, huh. Alright, so there's our airport. Let's see what our... look at our... well... so there's that. Yeah, we should be able to identify our runway. So 26 should be right there. But the problem is going to be that I don't think there's a good approach because you got this little speed bump there. So what we may do is we'll come around on the other end. So what's the run? So 26 is... runway 08 should be at the other end. So that would be a easter. We would be heading to an eastern direction. I think that one's a bit more reasonable to do. Now there was a third runway, it looks like there, but I think that one's closed off. So there's only 2 available, and this is probably like a taxiway. So we'll come in on 08, Mick, instead of 26. So we'll come in over on that end. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the autopilot. And then we're going to go ahead and turn this away. There's some serious rudder trim. Why is it wanting to just turn to the right? That is a bit crazy. So we're gonna fly through this little area right here, Mick. And then we'll start slowing down. Is there no nothing at all, Mick. Just if you've got the autopilot on, and I don't think you have, but if you do, you can go ahead and kill the autopilot. And we're going to come back around and we're going to line up for that for runway 8, and then we should be good to go. So that's all we got to do. So yeah, if you start slowing your RPMs down, I want to go to about 70. Oops. And then keep the throttle up. Keep your throttle going so you don't lose your speed or anything. So we're just going to come through here. So that way you should, if you drop your RPMs, then I think you'll be fine as far as your speed coming into the airport. And because if we do everything correctly, then you'll bleed off the speed enough coming in, and then you should be fine. So you shouldn't go flying off the runway there like you have been in the past. But good thing that's good that we flew over, because now we know that runway 26 was going to be a bit suspect, because there just wasn't, it was probably not going to be a safe approach because of that little. Now, we may have been able to make it, but I'd rather come in this way because it seems like it's a much more reasonable approach. So yeah, you just need to start slowing down, and then we'll go ahead and put the gear down. So we got that road, we can just follow that right on in. That takes us right to the runway. That helps, so we have a visual reference. Go ahead and drop the flaps. We just got to keep our got to stay on the throttle there. There we go. All right, here we go. Go on, Mick, you can do this. That might be the landing pattern for our other end there. We're just going to ignore that. I should have turned that off just to be on the safe side. Maybe it isn't. That might be, that's what it is. There we go. We're just going to bleed off that speed, keep our nose up. So you want to land about 60-something nautical miles, Mick, and then you should be able to control the plane. It still will kind of pull off. Oop, 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 boy. Yeah, it has definitely changed again. Ooh, up. Yeah, boy, they have... Whew, that is a different beast altogether after they've done that update. Alright, Mick, you can do it. Come on. Just drop your speed as best as you can before you touch down, and you should be able to keep control. And then we'll find a parking spot here. I've pulled off to the side of the runway. Boy, with all that stuff in the background, it's really hard. I can see you're coming in, but it's really hard to read your altitude. I think you got to drop a little bit more out. Well, it's hard to judge. All right, I see you coming in. You got this, Mick. You got this. Slow down, slow down. Start slowing down. Kind of hover over the runway if you have to. It's okay. Just let the speed bleed off. You got it. You got it. You got it. You got it, Mick. You got it. Oh, you got it. Just be careful. Be careful. Just let it go on its own if you have to. It's fine. You got it. See, you did it. You made it. There you go. I almost thought you were gonna nose over there for a second, but you made it. Good job. That's awesome. And just pull off there by the tower, and we'll park. There you go. See, you got it. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, they definitely changed something on the Spitfire. The speed is it's almost like you had to go back through and practice all over again. So, all right, we'll pull over there. Awesome stuff, Mick. Awesome. I love it. You made it. That is awesome. I was like, oh no, I thought for sure you were gonna nose over, but you were able to get the plane back under control. So good stuff. Bit of a sweaty one, wasn't it? I would imagine you got your heart racing there a little bit, huh? It's all good. You did awesome, man. Really awesome. Yeah. Yeah, it is much different to fly. It definitely is. There's no doubt about it. Uh, we'll pull in here. We'll get a quick shot of both of us on the ground here. Yeah, you could pull wherever you want to, Mick. It's fine. Oh, let's get the flaps back up here so we don't drag those on the ground. We'll find a parking spot over here somewhere and we'll get a picture of the two of us side by side. Right here is good. A couple Spitfires here in Nevada. We get a picture here. Yeah, there we go. Oops, try to get it where they can just see us and not a bunch of stuff in the background. Everybody say Spitfires. Oops. Let's see if I can. Boy, there we go. Oh, yours has got that weird, huh, okay. Spitfire. We'll let the stream catch up here. So we're parked. Go ahead and shut my engine off. And then we'll get the battery and we'll wrap this flight up. There we go. You made it. Really awesome, dude. So yeah, me too. It is definitely changed since the last time I flew it. I'm glad I chose to do this today because now I know I'm going to have to practice a little bit more with the Spitfire again. So yeah, they've made some changes for sure. So if you wanted to shut your engines off, Mick, you can just pull your mixture back all the way to nothing, and then I'll shut the engine off for you, and I'll if you want. Oh, nope, Mick is ready to go again. He's like, I'm out of here. So. But yeah, you're welcome, Mick. I'm glad you were able to join in. Looks like I'm gonna go check this little. There he's turning around. He's just showing off now. Yeah, really good stuff. I'm glad. Very, very happy to see you make it. So anyway, that will. Oh, let me go ahead and hit the battery button here before I forget. There we go. So we'll wrap this up. An hour 42, not too shabby. We did really good. Didn't get credit for the takeoff because we didn't ask for permission, but that's all good. Who needs permission? So yeah, we really good stuff. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and put that in my tracker. We went from KRYN to KINS 014222 day. Perfect, and I'll update my flight hours here. So yeah, that will do it for today, folks. Thank you once again to Mick for joining in. How do I shut it down? Oh, if you just hit the battery button underneath the throttle, Mick, it should shut everything down and it should end your flight. There's that little button, the little switch there right underneath the throttle. That should shut it down for you. Otherwise, what I do is I hit the right bumper and the left on my pad, and then that shuts it down. I'm not sure what it is exactly to shut it down on the PC side, but I think if you hit the battery, it should just shut everything down for you. So yeah, really happy to have you along for the flight, Mick. Awesome stuff. the start wasn't as what we thought it was going to be, but we finally got you in and on the runway, and we made it. So, and we're, like you said, we both landed upright. That's the main part. And so that will be it. Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you were here, Mick. Glad that you got your Spitfire there in the parking area in one piece. Boy, yeah, it is a. I guess you got to still bleed off more speed, kind of like you got to hover above the runway and just try to bleed off more speed before you touch down. It's like 50 or 40 knots. Then I think it's much easier to control from there. But still, even then, it was a bit of a handful. Because I started going, and it was like, oh, okay. Yeah, they've changed some stuff for sure. So, thank you again, Mick, for joining today. Great to have you along, good sir. I will see you all tomorrow, 7:30 Eastern, 11:30 UTC, 12:30 UK. Peninsula Corridor will be our first stream. We'll get that done. That's going to be about an hour or so run from San Francisco to San Jose on the limited stop service. And then from there, we will do our flight around Rome for our Scenic Sunday. And then that will wrap up our Sunday stream. So thank you all for... Yes, that's exactly it, Mick. You hit the nail right on the head. The prop is a bit more... This is a very powerful engine, so trying to tame it is the key. Do enjoy the rest of your Saturday morning, afternoon, evening, early Sunday, depending on where you are in the world. I have been your host and your pilot, Uncle B. See you all tomorrow. Until then, peace. Live long and prosper.